Hello, all you wonderful people. Would you believe we had a snowstorm in March? Well, while I was cooking in the kitchen today, I was longing to go outside and play. How poetic. Follow me on this journey and see exactly what I was doing. Ciao for now. Everybody, I'm outside in front of my house. I've been trying to get out all day because it was just so beautiful. Hopefully this is the last snowstorm. We're not looking forward to the winter. I can think about how beautiful it is during this time of year. Okay, let's go. Okay, look at how beautiful, look at how thick the snow is on the trees. This is gorgeous. And look at this one. Could you imagine having a white tree? This is a white tree. And it's naturally white. Show the sky. Oh my goodness. Gorgeous. Oh my goodness. What do you think? It's like 6-7 inches of snow in front of the house. This is the garage. Look at the sky. Oh my goodness. And the snow is coming down. And usually when I'm out here in weather like this, I'm working, but I'm not working. I'm just enjoying myself. This is my snow evening. Okay, I'm going to show you what it looks like. Okay, so we had a little branch that fell off the house. Let's see what's going on there. Oh my goodness, this is so much fun. I get to have the first footprints. Oh my goodness, I'm going to need this memory because we are approaching winter again. I need to be reminded of how beautiful it is and to really appreciate it. Oh my goodness. This is like, look how deep. Okay. It looks like someone was back here. It wasn't me. I thought I'd be the first footprints. Look, I can hardly open this door. Okay. Oh. I think I cracked something. Alright. If I can squeeze, my son can squeeze in here too because neither one of us are really big. Okay, come on, Hank. You can make it. Oh my goodness. Look over there. The house next door, the property is gorgeous. Now we're walking up to the gazebo. Alright, that's my bedroom over there. Yeah. Okay, can I make it up this hill without sliding backwards? Okay, we did it. Ooh, look, we had some activity. Who walked through here? Do you know? I should have been the first footprints. Okay, here's the gazebo. Wow. Oh my goodness. And look at the tennis court. The tennis court Doesn't even look like a tennis court. All right. Look at the trees. Oh. And it's not very cold. Nice background. It's gorgeous, guys. You have to experience this. This is unbelievable. I could just stay here all night. I'm only kidding. Let's go back. Do you know if it's going to snow all night? Huh, Christian?
Yeah.
It is. I just got that 2-hour delay phone call. And they said, you know, so far it's a 2-hour delay, but to check back because that could change depending on what the parking lots look like at school. Now, where's this thing? Oh, that's a goner. Okay, somehow one of my baskets got left out here, and I grabbed it, and why did I think I would just pick it up? It's finished. Alright, so we know we have work to do after this last frost. See if I can get it. What's going on over there? It smells like somebody's barbecue.
Not really.
Where's the furnace? Probably fire burning. And we didn't pick up logs, so we're out of logs. And today would have been beautiful. The best time to put some fire logs on. Okay. Oh my goodness. This is like so cute. Cheese. Alright. Now, in the summer, you're going to see that this right now, it's been cut down, but it's a huge bush. There's 2 more over there that's as large. And so we get them cut down in the fall, and then they grow back really quick. Alright, so let's back in here. And this area right here is right outside of my kitchen. So all day while I was in the kitchen cooking, I was looking out here and just desiring to be out here.
That is so messed up. I mean, that really hurts. Oh my gosh. Now I'm out.
I won't throw anymore. Okay, Christian's no fun. He doesn't want to play. He doesn't want to have a snowball fight.
I don't even have the proper clothing on.
Next time, Christian. Maybe tomorrow.
I'm getting you back.
Did you hear what he said? He said he's going to get me back. Okay, wait, before we go in. Thanks, guys. We had a lot of fun. It was fun. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye. Actually, I want to show you what I was doing all day in the kitchen. Okay, so come on. Hey guys, I'm back in the house, and I'm going to take you into the kitchen and show you what I cooked today. I made potato salad and a baked chicken that I'm going to take out the oven, and gravy. But I was supposed to put on some asparagus, so I'm going to do that, and then I'll show you what I'm doing, okay? This is is my signature potato salad. I peel, slice, and cut into bite-sized pieces. The object is to make my potato salad while it's hot. Usually, I add the salt to the water before the water boils, but this time I didn't, but it really doesn't matter whether you do it before or after. I added some of the potatoes by hand only because the bowl was really full. Like I said, it only took about 15 minutes to boil, and I strain into the clean sink. Once the water is released from the strainer, then I just go ahead and pour it into the mixing bowl. Okay, so I'm adding a jar of relish. Usually with this many potatoes, I use 2 jars, but I was not aware that I had a second jar. So I add the mayonnaise, and I just pretty much, figure out how much I need to use, because you can always add more later, so that's not a problem. I add mustard to it, and to compensate for that 1 jar of relish, I added sugar. I was looking for flour in a canister and realized that I did not fill the canister with flour. So all I'm doing here is just pouring the flour into a canister. I'm adding about a cup of flour over medium heat, and I'm going to stir this and brown it until I get the color that I'm looking for. Okay, so I determined that this is how light I want my gravy. I didn't want it too dark, and I added olive oil. You can add butter, you can add margarine, it's up to you. Of course, the taste is going to be a little different, and I just didn't want the buttery taste. That's the reason for adding the olive oil. Okay, one of the things I use all the time is chicken bouillon, and that's what I'm adding here to the gravy. Okay, here I'm working the chicken bouillon into the gravy mixture. This way it gets a complete mixture. Okay, I was making a chicken broth. Here I am straining it, and I am going to pour it in. That is going to be my gravy. My husband loves it when I add onions to the gravy, so I just added some onions and some red peppers. I'm going to mix that in and put the top on it and let it simmer. Okay, so the gravy's been cooking. I've been stirring periodically, and I'm going to pour it now into a smaller pot, only because I need that pot. And because the gravy's a little thick, I'm just going to thin it out by adding a little bit of chicken broth. Okay, the boiled egg is the most temperamental food. You have to make sure that you don't overcook it because it'll be hard to peel. So when they're done, I immediately cool them off, even if I have to add ice to it, just so that they'll peel easily. I'm cutting the eggs in half to separate the yolk from the white. Okay, I'm adding red pepper, cilantro, and black olives to this potato salad. You may want to use a chopper for this, but I like to do it by hand because it gives me an opportunity to exercise my arms. Okay, so I've already separated the yolk from the whites, and I'm putting the yolk in the same bowl with the mayonnaise and the other additives. I'm using my wooden spoon to mash the eggs into the other additives. I'm going to mix this thoroughly, then I'm going to add the entire mixture to the potatoes and egg whites. Okay, I did add a little bit more mayonnaise. Now I'm going to mix this, incorporate it all together with the potatoes, and then pour it into a serving dish. So after I poured it into the serving dish, I actually had another dish that size left over. Before I add my chicken to this dish, I'm just adding water to the bottom portion of it. It just helps to cook the chicken more thoroughly. Okay, so I'm adding some seasoning. This is cilantro that I'm putting on the inside cavity. And I already put seasoning together. You could use whatever seasoning that you use most often, usually onion, garlic, some seasoned salt. And I'm going to put it under the skin. And once it's under the skin, I just massage it in. Now, usually I would add oil, like an olive oil, to mix all of this together, but I just didn't want to add any more oil. Okay, so I ran out of my small wooden rotisserie skewers, and so I'm just using the ones that you would use on a grill. It works just fine. Okay, so I'm a little OCD when it comes to cooking. I just rinse this tray off so that I can put the chicken in the tray clean. I cook this low and slow, 300 degrees for about an hour and a half. I cut the asparagus down and I steamed it for about 10 minutes, and here I'm just putting it in a serving dish and just adding a little, I can't believe it's not butter. Now I'm just waiting for everybody to come to the table. Okay, everybody else is here. We're just waiting for Christian.